midpoint theorem, its proof and its application. Those who have not seen that video can check out the I button and watch the complete video. So let's see what does the converse of midpoint theorem states. So it states that the straight line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another bisects the third side. Now what does this mean? So let's take a triangle ABC, and here let's say D is the midpoint of AB. Alright. So the straight line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle. So here I have taken D as the midpoint of one side of the triangle, which is AB. Now from this point, if I draw a straight line parallel to another. Now what does this mean, another? So from here, if I draw a straight line like this parallel to BC, or I can draw a straight line like this parallel to AC. So anything is fine, right? So let's draw a straight line DE parallel to BC. So this straight line DE will bisect AC. It means AE will be equal to EC, right? So what is the statement? That in a triangle you take midpoint of any one side of a triangle. So I have taken AB as one side of the triangle, and D is the midpoint. From this midpoint, I have drawn a straight line parallel to another side of the triangle. So this straight line will bisect the third side. It will bisect the third side, right? It means that AE will be equal to EC. Alright. So let's see the theorem once again using two different figures. Let's say we have triangle ABC, and let's name this also ABC. Now here D is the midpoint of AB. Alright. Now from D, if I draw a straight line parallel to BC, I will draw like this, right? So this straight line will bisect AC. It means even these two will be equal to each other. AE will be equal to EC. Now in this figure, let's say D is the midpoint of AB. Now from here, instead of drawing a straight line like this parallel to BC, I can also draw a straight line like this, right? Parallel to AC, right? So in this case, BE will be equal to EC. Understood? I think now the concept is clear to everyone. So let's see how to prove it. Okay, let's see why in this triangle, in triangle ABC, if AD is equal to DB, if AD is equal to DB, and if DE is parallel to BC, then why even E will bisect AC? We have to show that AE is equal to EC. Alright, so now again here, like we have the way we did in the midpoint theorem, the required information is not enough to show that AE is equal to EC, right? So here also we will draw a line from C, we will draw a line parallel to BA, and we will produce DE to F. Alright, so always draw a dotted line for construction. Okay. Now here we got a quadrilateral DBCF by this construction. Okay. Now what do we have to prove? We have to prove that AE is equal to EC. Correct? Now think how you will prove that these two are equal to each other. So whenever we have to show like two angles are equal or two sides are equal, we think about the congruency concept, right? So here you can see that AE is a part of triangle ADE, right? And EC is a part of triangle ECF, right? So in case if I show that these two triangles are congruent, then I can say that by CP/CTC, AE will be equal to EC, right? Because once two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts will be equal. Okay, so right now my aim is to show that ADE is congruent to triangle CEF, right? So let's see whether we can show that they are congruent or not. So here we can see that angle 1 is equal to angle 2, right? Because they are vertically opposite angle. Now here BA is parallel to CF, right? And AC is the transversal. So can I say that angle 3 will be equal to angle 4 by alternate interior angles, right? Now we have already taken two angles. Now we have to see whether any sides are equal or not in both the triangles. So you can check. See here, AE and EC. These two sides are not equal. I have to show that they are equal, right? And what about DA and CF? Even these two sides are not equal. It is not given in the question, right? Also, DE is not equal to EF, right? So I don't have the third thing, right? If you are thinking that I can say that angle, which one? Yeah, 5 is equal to angle 6. Can I take that? Can I take that? No, I can't take, because it becomes AAA and we don't have AAA congruency criteria, right? So we can't take this. So here we have to show first that any two sides in both the triangles are equal, right? So right now I can't show the triangles are congruent. So first I have to show that CF, let's show CF is equal to DA, because if you remember in the midpoint theorem also we showed that CF is equal to DA, right? So let's try to do that here. Now, so this quadrilateral DBCF will help you in that. Okay, so here if you observe, DE is parallel to BC. It is already given, right? So can I say that even DF is parallel to BC? Yes, I can say that, right? And here BD is parallel to CF. This is by construction, right? We constructed that CF is parallel to BA, right? So in quadrilateral BCFD, in this quadrilateral you can see that these two sides are parallel to each other and these two sides are parallel to each other, right? So in a quadrilateral, if opposite sides are parallel to each other, then it becomes a parallelogram, right? And in a parallelogram we know that the opposite sides are equal to each other, right? So can I say that BD is equal to CF, right? And what about BD? BD is equal to DA. It is given here already, right? So BD is equal to DA. BD is equal to CF. So can I say that CF is equal to DA, right? So we showed that these two sides are CF and DA are equal to each other, right? So now I can easily show that the two triangles are congruent. So by CPCTC I can say AE is equal to EC, right? So let's write all these things. Let's see how do we write the complete information. So first you have to write down what is given. So D is the midpoint of AB, right? And DE is parallel to BC. Alright, this much information is given. And what you have to prove? You have to prove DE bisects AC. It means that you have to show AE is equal to EC. This much you have to show. So let's see what we constructed here. So construction will be from C, draw CF parallel to BA and produce DE to F. DE to F. So this is your construction. Okay. Now proof. In proof, first we will show that CF is equal to DA, right? So for that we have to take the quadrilateral BCFD, right? So in quadrilateral BCFD, in this quadrilateral, what do you observe? We observe that BC is parallel to DE, correct? BC is parallel to DE. Why? Because it's given, isn't it? So this implies BC is parallel to DF, right? BC is parallel to DF. Also BD is parallel to CF, right? BD is parallel to CF. Why they are parallel? By construction. Alright. So from these two things, from 1 and 2, from 1, what is 1? 1 is that BC is parallel to DF. And what is second? BD is parallel to CF. So can I say that from 1 and 2, BCFD is a parallelogram, right? BCFD is a parallelogram. Now in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal to each other, right? So this implies BD is equal to CF. You can write down the reason, because opposite sides in a parallelogram are equal. Alright. Okay. Now what do you observe about BD? What do you observe about BD? So here BD is equal to DA. Why? It's given, right? BD is equal to DA. Now what can you conclude from these two? Let's say this is 3 and this is 4. So from 3 and 4, what can you conclude? We can conclude that DA is equal to CF, right? DA is equal to CF, isn't it? See, what is third? Third is that BD is equal to CF. BD is equal to CF. This is your third, right? And what is fourth here? Fourth point is that BD is equal to DA. BD is equal to CF. BD is equal to DA. So I can say that DA is equal to CF, right? DA is equal to CF. Alright, you can name it 5. Because this result we will be using further. Now take these two triangles, okay? So in triangle AED and triangle CEF. Okay, in these two triangles, angle 1 is equal to angle 2, right? What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. Alright. Now angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Reason? Alternate angles. You can also write alternate interior angles. Okay. Now what else? DA will be equal to CF. DA is equal to CF. Why? Proved above. Proved above, or you can write down from 5. Okay. So therefore, triangle AED will be congruent to triangle CEF. Okay, by which congruency? So you can check out here. Out of these two triangles, pick any one triangle and see which all sides and angles you have taken. So we have taken this angle and this side, right? So it's AAS. So from AAS, these two triangles are congruent, right? So can I say that this implies AE is equal to EC by CPCTC, right? Isn't it? Because AE is a part of this triangle and EC is a part of the other triangle. So once I show that these two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding parts will be equal. So I showed that AE is equal to EC. So that's it. So your proof is done, right? So hence proved. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Let me brief down the whole thing once again. So what was given? A triangle ABC is given, right? And you can take midpoint of any one side of this triangle, okay? So you can choose any side. Let me choose this side. So D is the midpoint of AB, right? Now from this midpoint you have to draw a straight line parallel to another side. So it could be BC or it could be AC. You can take any side. So let me draw DE parallel to BC. Alright. Now DE is parallel to BC and D is the midpoint of AB, right? So this implies that even E will be the midpoint of AC. DE will bisect AC. So now we have to show that AE is equal to EC, right? So for that we drew one line parallel from C to BA and we produced DE to F. This is our construction. Okay. So here the whole idea is that you have to show that these two triangles are congruent so that you can say that AE is equal to EC, right? You can say AE is equal to EC by CP/CTC. So right now we can't show that these two triangles are congruent. Okay. So first we took this parallelogram. Here this is a parallelogram because BC is parallel to DF and BD is parallel to CF, right? These two are parallel by construction and here DF is parallel to BC. It's given. So this becomes a parallelogram, right? So in a parallelogram the opposite sides are equal. So CF is equal to BD and BD is equal to DA. So this implies DA is equal to CF, right? So in these two triangles, these two angles are equal, vertically opposite angle. These two angles are equal, alternate angles, right? And DA is equal to CF by proved above. Okay, so we showed that these two triangles are congruent. So by CBCT, AE will be equal to EC, right? You can also see we showed the two triangles are congruent using AAS, right? You can also show by ASA the two triangles are congruent, right? So how do you do that? So see here this angle is equal to this angle, alternate angles, right? And even this angle is equal to this angle. Why? Because these two are parallel and this will act as a transversal. So here also these two angles are equal to each other, right? And AD is equal to CF. So here now if you check the sequence of angles and sides taken, so first we have taken angle, then side and then angle. So this is ASA. So you can prove the two triangles are congruent using ASA also. It's up to you. So I hope the converse of midpoint theorem is clear to all of you. It's a very important theorem, the midpoint theorem, and its converse has got a lot of applications. So do practice these two theorems. In my next video, we will practice few more questions where we will see the application of these two theorems. So that's it for today. See you very soon. Until then, goodbye. Take care.